How's it going, Scrub Gamers? It's your boy Scrub Games coming at you with a juicy new piece of content for you to enjoy. But before we do get into the topic of the video, I just want to let you know how you can help support the channel, and that is by checking out Firestorm Games using my affiliate link in the description box below. Because Firestorm Games offer a whole host of products for almost every kind of hobby there is, be it Dragon Ball Super, Pokemon, One Piece, you name it, and they'll likely have it, and at some quality prices too. So just make sure to click the link below and check them out to see the whole host of products they offer while helping support the channel. And also, remember, there's another way to help out the channel, and that's by dropping a like, leaving a comment on the video, and best of all, hitting that subscribe button to keep up to date with my content when it drops. Because I'm still on the road to 1k subs and looking to hit that by the year's end. But now we've got all that sorted, let's dive into the topic of the video. Alright then, so let's get into the topic at hand, and as you see from the title of the video, this one is covering, doing a review of the first of the yellow decks from set 22, the new set, Critical Blow, and that is the Yellow Goku Deck. So once again, Never Childhood Goku Deck, a Never Goku Deck, I think. Yeah, this one's sort of two. I can't remember what the most is we've had of Goku decks in the set, but we've got two in this one. And yeah, this one's an interesting yellow one. So get into it, and it's all about childhood. And from what my brief look at it is it's got a lot of text, just so none of the stuff could be used with the one from the set 18, the Star Deck one, because that one is also a Childhood Goku that goes into 8, so there's a lot of text to make it so you can't play it with that one, or that it doesn't interact with that. A lot of wording just to get around that, which is a shame. But this is a Son Goku leader, the yellow one. It's got an activate main once per turn, so never one has an activate main skill instead of like an auto to attack to gain advantage without needing to attack. So turn 1, if you're going first, you get that benefit. And its effect is look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Son Goku, Childhood, or Earthling card, both yellow with an entry cost of 4 or less, to your hand and shuffle your deck. So that's a good amount of targets. There's a lot of like the yellow tech cards. Like if you wanted the I think in that range you've got the Chi-Chi, which is the Demagicate. You've got the Trunks, which is the untap punishment. You've got ever good tech cards that are Earthling or actually no. Yeah, because the Trunks is also an Earthling. Yeah, so you've got some good techs that are yellow Earthlings or Son Goku Childhood cards that you can grab off this, which is pretty nice. So a good way, just turn 1, look at top 5 cards, add a card, gain value that way. And then the Awaken is if your life is at 6 or less, so quite a high Awaken, similar to the original Goku skillless one. Like you get some of them that have higher life awakening, like we saw the blue Goku lead have a awakening at 5 or less, and this one's at 6 or less life. Or actually it's not even, or it's not, you have to fulfill one condition or never. It's all one, so there's no alternative. It's like you have to fill this condition awaken, and that is if your life is at 6 or less and you have a yellow skillless battle card in your drop, so you need, which is very easy to do, combo off, let go drop. Draw 2 cards, and your originally skillless battle cards can't gain skills for the game. So it's interesting with this set, how sometimes with, this is I think the second one now, where the Awaken also puts a condition on you for when after you've awakened, so you can't do a certain thing or you can't do certain plays. So this one is you have to be a 6 or less life, have yellow skills and drop, very easy to pull off. Take your life, just take 2 life and put one in your drop. Comboing is very easy to do. And then there's a draw 2, once again, never defensive awakening. And then your originally skills battle cards can't get skills. That means if you're swinging and trying to give it double strike or anything out of crit, because there's some cards that do that, you can't give them those skills. So that's quite interesting. I'm not sure if it's great or if it's bad or if you really care, but it's interesting none the least. And then we go over to the Awaken side. So when you do Awaken, you're now Son Goku and Korin, martial disciplines. This is that because it's all about the young Goku saga from the original Dragon Ball series, when he goes to the Korin's Tower to get training from Korin to be stronger. So now it's the first, I think it's the first card. No, there's not, because I think there is one already. But it's the first lead in Korin's on, and it doesn't got featured on itself together, because when you get firstly Korin, Goku is going to train with him. So you're Goku and Korin, and you've got 2 permanents. So the first one is during your opponent's turn, you reduce the skill cost of Grandpa's Heirloom. the 4-star ball. Activate main / battle skill in your hand by 1 yellow, so you reduce the cost of a skill on top of a specific card. And I imagine that's an extra card because it says 4-star ball. Normally they're the extra cards. So that's quite cool, reducing the cost of that. But it's only during your opponent's turn, not during your turn. And then you've got the ever permanent, which is you can use yellow originally skillless rest mode battle cards in combos. So that's similar to the Android 8 for the Black Goku skillless deck, where like you play it out, and you can play up to 2 skillless from your deck or drop, and then what's on the board you can combo off your skillless cards in rest mode, so you can like swing with them and then combo them off for other attacks, which is really cool. So it means you can just drop some skillless cards down, swing with them, and then on another swing with something different, you can combo off that skillless card. That is pretty nice. And then you've only got one ever skill that's not one permanent, being an auto, which is going to be how you gain advantage. And that is once per turn, when you play a yellow originally skillless battle card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, negate his skills for the turn, and additionally, if it's your turn, you draw a card. So that's quite cool. So I'm assuming that if it's your turn, it means you can play. There's a way to play skillless cards in your opponent's turn. So that's quite interesting. So you can do that to like negate skills and battle cards. Of course, it doesn't ignore barrier. So if your opponent's got barrier, you're not going to be able to negate skills on the card because barrier protects it. And then during your turn, you got to draw. So you got to play out a skillless to be able to draw, which is not amazing, but still, like you're revolving around having to play something which probably costs you energy, unless there's a way to do it for free. Just gain value for your draw. So that's not amazing, but then it's still pretty decent. Depending on what the rest of the archetype looks like, it could be pretty cool. So that's the leader. So we go some of the Z cards for the deck. So first one we get Korin, Teacher of Fighting. So this is a 2-cost 10k Z battle card that requires 1 Z energy. It's got Deflect and Unique, so it can't be stopped from coming out, but you can only control 1 on the board at a given time because it's unique. And it's got permanent where if your leader is a yellow Korin card and you have a yellow originally skillless battle card in play, this card and yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood cards with energy cost of 5 or more get 10k power. So there we go, there's part of the text that I imagine a lot of it's going to have, which is going on about yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood cards. So it doesn't work with the starter deck yellow Goku lead. So this is quite cool. So yeah, you can only play this if, well, you can only get this permanent in effect if you're awakened, because it needs to be a yellow core, not yellow Goku, and you're only core when you awaken. And then only boosts cost 5 or more, so only the big Goku cards, which we'll see in a bit. Then it's also got an auto where if your leader is a yellow Korin card and your opponent has 3 or more energy, when this card is played, play up to 1 yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood card energy cost of 5 from your hand. So you get a free play out of 5 costs, so that's pretty cool. So you get this permanent if you got originally skillless battle card in play, and then when you play it, as long as your opponent has 3 or more energy, you can cheat out a 5-drop non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood card. Be interesting what they do, and it's a nice way to cheat out. But it does cost 2 energy, but then 2 energy to bring out this 5 cost is probably going to be the same as what it actually costs, given how cards work nowadays of cheating out like higher costing cards. Then we've got Mercenary Tau Core Extortion. So this is a 2-cost 15k that requires 2 Z energy, but it does have a permanent where if your leader is a yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood card, and you have a yellow originally skillless battle card with energy cost of 2 or more in play, then you reduce the energy cost and Z energy cost of this card in your Z deck by 1. So reduce it by 1, so it becomes a 1 cost, 1 Z energy cost battle card. If you've got an originally skillless battle card, that's 2 or more in play. So that's quite interesting. So consider it seems to be a skillless deck, that should be quite easy to pull off. Then we've got the auto limit 1. If you place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck and KO one of your yellow Bora cards, so that's one of the characters we'll see in a bit. So you'll KO about a certain one of your cards. So there's any Bora card. It could be, I don't know if you can KO unisons, but you just KO one of your yellow Bora cards and place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck. And then when this card is played, add up the total of 3 Dragon Ball cards from your deck or drop to your hand. And if you looked at your deck, shuffle your deck. So it's like cool. So you get to. So this could be a handy. Well, it depends what if you can incorporate easily Bora cards in, but this could be good for Shenron decks, to like Dragon Ball decks, because you can get 3 Dragon Balls from your deck or drop to your hand. So considering we know that one of the extra cards is a Dragon Ball, is probably going to be a Dragon Ball, it's the 4-star ball, which is probably going to have the Dragon Ball text, then this would be a good recur it. Depending what it does, it might be useful, might be not. But so you can cheat the cost out, and this could be quite useful depending what the Dragon Balls does. Then we got the last one for the Z deck, and that is Goku's Kamehameha. It's a 1 cost, 1 Z cost extra card. What's the extra card? It's got an auto. When this card is placed in the battle area, choose all of your battle cards with Son Goku in their character name, and those cards get 5k power for the turn. So that's any card with Son Goku in their character name. It's a Son Goku card, so Son Goku Childhood, Son Goku Zeno, things like that. As long as it's got Son Goku written in the character name somewhere, it gets that 5k boost for the turn. And then you got the other auto. Remove this card from the game. That's the cost. Choose it to one of your opponent's Skulless battle cards and KO it at the end of the turn. So as long as you don't have to pull this off if you don't want to, but if you do, you have to pay that cost. But if you don't pay the cost, it just stays there. Then we got the Activate Battle skill, which is remove this card from the game as a cost once again. So use it and lose it. Choose it to one of your cards with Son Goku in its character name, and it gets 10k power and critical for the battle. So this is a good way to get some like if you just put a load of these in, just keep dropping these out so you get the boost and stuff like that, and you can keep partying quite a bit with a 10k critical boost to your Son Goku card for the battle. That's quite cool. Get some control in with the critical, which is nice. So that's the Z deck stuff. Let's have a look at the main deck stuff. So we got the first, well, probably the first. I don't imagine, no one. It might be the only one really. So it might be the only one. But we got a 5 cost Son Goku duel with an assassin, 25k power, 0 cost 5k, and dual attack as well. Then you've got the auto, which is when this card is played, add up to 1 Grandpa's Heirloom, the 4-star ball from your drop to your hand, and then choose up to 2 of your total of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, ignoring barrier, and switch them to rest mode and then negate the skills for the turn. So that's quite cool. You get to add back the Dragon Ball card from your drop to your hand, so that's quite cool. You ability reuse that for free. And then you get the rest 2 cards, or 2 battle cards or unisons, ignoring barrier, and they get your skills for the turn, so you can turn them off, so you can then KO things a little bit easier. Because yellow mostly has its removal being in water cards in rest, so being able to put the cards in rest and negate their skills means if they have things like indestructible or permanents and stuff that protect themselves, then you can ignore those, so you can then KO it without that protecting them. And then you got the Activate Main, which is limit 1 for 2. If you have an originally skillless battle card and play with an energy cost of 3, then you get to play this card from your hand. So you have to have 3 cost battle card in play as skillless. Could be quite easy to do. There's other cards like we've got a lot of skillless support that can potentially get out quite cheaply, and then get to play this card out, which could be pretty good. And this is SR, meaning that it's got an SPR as well for the set, because most of the SRs and stuff for the set, it's not often we see cards that aren't SRs get an SPR. There's only select times we get like multicolored super combos and stuff like that. So we got a nice SPR there. Looks quite nice. Probably looks better in person. But still, once again, the art on the SPRs is really nice, and it gets better every set. So that's that one. Then we got the next one, the next Goku card, being Son Goku Days of Adventure. This is a 4 cost 15k with 0 cost 5k combo, and it's got a permanent where if you have 4 more Dragon Ball cards in your drop, this card gains dual attack. And with Dragon Ball cards, you can conclude up to 7 of those in your deck. So that's why 4 more is not that bad. You might think, oh, that's all 4 your Dragon Balls. It's not. You can have up to 7 with a card that's got Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball keyword. So the first thing is the auto is when this card is played, add up to 1 Dragon Ball card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck, so a way to search out the Dragon Ball, which is nice. And then you got this Activate Main, limit 1 for 1 yellow. If your leader is a yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku childhood card, so again, some text to avoid it being used with the starter deck leader. And you have a yellow originally skillless battle card with entry cost of 2 or more in play. So a 2 cost or more originally skillless means it can't be a card that's had their skills negated. It's got to be originally skillless battle card. You get the player's card from your hand and add it to 1 card from your life to your hand. So that's a nice way to awaken, help you get down to 6 or less life, so that way you can awaken, and also potentially get a dual attack. It's quite good as well, but also giving that consistency searching for the Dragon Balls too. Pretty good card, really nice one. Then we got Upus. We're going to see some of the skillless, because you can't have a skillless archetype without having some skillless. And given what we see in the card Bora mentioned for one of the cards, then I imagine there's the new skillless cards to work with it. So we've got some of the I think this is one of the little kid character that protects the tower, the Corn's tower at the bottom. So he's a 1 cost 10k skillless. And then we've got another Upa card, being Upa, Father Revived. 1 cost, 1k power. And also limit 1, if your leader is a yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku card, childhood card, when this card is played, send up to 1 yellow Bora from your deck to your warp, shuffle your deck, and at the start of your next turn, play this card to your warp in rest mode. So that's cool. That's quite a cheap and good way to get a skillless in your battle area for some of your skills. Some of them require you to have a skillless battle card in play. So for some of the effects, that's a good way to get it in, because you're warping it. Since the warps are safe, then at the start of your next turn, you get to have it in play in rest mode. But even though it's in rest mode, it doesn't matter, because you can still combo off with your lead when you're awakened, and also then have it in play at the start of your turn to have your shenanigans happen. So that's quite cool. So that's a pretty nice card. Probably get quite a few. This might be a 4. It's just like how Kibito card was normally a 4 in some of the new yellow decks. This might be the same form for this one. Then we got Bora. So here's Bora. We've got him as the 2-cost skillless. So he's a 2-cost skillless. So I imagine there's going to be a 3-cost skillless in here as well, because some of them do say 3-cost skillless in play. So he's just 2-cost 20k, standard for skillless. Then we got Korin. So we got a Korin Legendary Hermit Cap, 3-cost 5k, 0-cost 5k combo with blocker. Also an auto when your life's at 4 or less. When this card is played, choose up to one of your leaders and it gets 5k power for the turn. So that's pretty cool. Give you 5k boost. And we can see that the activate battle is limit 1 for 1 yellow. And imagine just from seeing this first effect and saying it's an activate battle, this could potentially be played during your opponent's turn. So you can then get yourself like a bean on your lead to make it easier to defend yourself, which is very nice. And that is if your leader is a yellow Korin card, and you add 1 yellow skills battle card from your drop to your hand, so essentially replacing it in your hand with a card from your drop to play this card from your hand. So you essentially just pay 1 yellow, activate during the battle, pay 1 yellow, add a skillless battle card from, well, make sure you're awakened, add a skillless battle card from your drop to your hand, then play this card to your hand. So you replaced it in your hand with a card from your drop, so you've not lost anything, you gain this on board, and then give your leader a 5k power and boost for the turn to protect yourself as long as you're at 4 or less life. And then for future attacks, you can block with it, or then combo off if you need be. So that's a pretty good card. That's a pretty nice one for the deck. Very, very interesting. And then we've got a Shenron Wish Dragon, because if you don't know about this saga, they use the Dragon Balls to wish to revive Bora. Spoiler alert there. But we've got a 7-cost Shenron Wish Dragon, 25k power, barrier and unique. A permanent, like on most Shenron, well, not most, but all Shenron cards. Well, actually, most. Not all Shenron cards, but most Shenron cards. This card can attack. So the also is if your leader is a yellow card, and both Son Goku Childhood and Korin. Let me start again. If your leader is a yellow card with both Son Goku Childhood and Korin, and you have 3 or more energy, meaning it only works with this leader, when you play a yellow Upa from your hand, you may also play this card from your hand as well. So that's cool. Since you got the Upas are both 1 cost, meaning you can pay 1 energy, play it out, and then drop this down as well. If you need to be awakened when you do, because you need to have both Goku and Korin on the lead. And then you got the activate main skills, which is kind of rest mode. Play up to 1 yellow Bora from your drop. I mean, you can get like a skillless from your drop, 3 skillless. And with the barrier protection at 25k, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good card. So, well, you got to play an Upa. It's not just why you control an Upa. It's when you play an Upa to get it down. Basically, really good just to get those Boras, just free play those Boras from your drop to then have it fulfill some conditions as well. And barrier should give it a nice bit of protection. 25k means it's going to be hard to run over because it's quite a big guy. Then you got Mercenary Towel. So here is the 3-cost skillless. It's a Mercenary Towel. So it kind of makes sense because he's Bat Saga and he fights Towel. So he's a 3-cost, being a standard 3k, 3-cost 30k skillless. Nothing more to say there. Then we've got Mercenary Towel and Assassin's Overcome. 4-cost 20k, 0-cost 5k combo. Also, when this card is played, add up to 1 Dragon Ball card from your drop to your hand and choose up to 1 of your opponent's skills battle cards and KO it. So, given that yellow has the whole kind of gimmick of negating skills and things, that kind of control aspect, that should be quite easy to do. And you also got your Goku as well, that allows you to choose some opponent's battle cards in unison to switch in rest mode and negate the skills. Ignoring barriers, you can use this as a way to finish them off. And also getting Dragon Ball back from your drop means you can make use of it, but we still haven't seen what the Dragon Ball does. And you can get out for cheap because it's got out to main limit 1 for 1 yellow. If your leader is a yellow non-Great Ape Son Goku Childhood card and you have a yellow Rigid Skills battle card with energy cost of 2 or more in play, play this card from your hand and add to 1 card from your life to your hand. So basically the same skills the Goku we saw, but just a different auto, and also doesn't gain a skill like dual attack, but basically same kind of thing. It's quite interesting. It's quite cool. And then, so that is all the battle cards. That's all the battle cards done. So then we go on to the extra cards. I think this deck has 2. I think both yellow decks have 2, but we'll see. So first one we have a Sacred Altar, 1 cost extra card, which has a counter attack skill and negate the attack. So pay 1 and negate the attack, that's it. Then you have an auto, limit 1 when one of this card's skills activates, add up to 1 skillless battle card from your deck, or add up to 1 skillless battle card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So if you use the negate, just to negate, you pay 1 negate your attack, you then get add a skillless back to your hand, so you don't lose it from your hand by gaining this. Using this card from your hand, but then gaining a skill, especially use a skill in this card, which is to counter attack. And you have the Activate Battle, which is choose up to 1 of your non-Great Apes and Goku Chocolate cards, and it gets 15k power for the battle. So it can be used as a suit like 1 cost 15k combo for any non-Great H Son Goku Chocolate card, which is your lead or one of the Goku cards. It's quite interesting. Use versatility. Not amazing, but still, it's something. It's more of like a casual card for the deck, I feel. And then we've got the Grandpa's Heirloom, the 4-star ball. So let's see what this does. This is going to be Dragon Ball card, so it's a 0 cost extra card. SR as well, so it's going to probably have a SPR, we'll see it a bit. It's got a permanent, which is this card gets Dragon Ball in all areas, so it doesn't actually have Dragon Ball. It's got a permanent gain Dragon Ball like everyone, so they don't just give the cards Dragon Ball even though it's a Dragon Ball card. They have the permanent give it, which is odd, rather than just giving that natural skill. Probably because it's the character. Well, even though it's the 4-star ball card, it's got Goku in the picture of holding it, being an heirloom, not being the actual Dragon Ball. I don't know how it works, but you could have the keyword skills that are just permanent. But it's got 2 skills, an Activate Main / Battle and Activate Main, both limit 1. So we go for the first one, the Activate Main / Battle, is limit 1 for 1 yellow, if your leader is a non-Great Apes or Goku card, or Shenron card as the cost. So once again, they really don't want any of this stuff to work well with the old starter deck Yellow Goku deck, because they're always having the non-Great Apes and Goku Child card, which is a mouthful reading it. You get to play up to 1 yellow skills battle card with entry cost less than or equal to your energy from your deck or drop, and if you looked at your deck, shuffle your deck. So that's quite cool. And remember, during your opponent's turn, your leader reduces the cost of that skill, meaning that you could just, during your opponent's turn, free play a skillless from your deck or drop that's less than or equal to your energy you have. So once you get the turn 3, you can play out any of them, which is quite cool. And then you activate main limit 1 if you discard 1 of your skillless battle cards from your hand as the cost. Draw 2 cards and you can't send cards from your drop to your warp for the game. So that's cool. So that's how you get some draw power using this, but there's not like the like the Goku deck. There's no way to. There's not a lot of well, there's some recurring. It's not cheap. Continuous recurring is like you have to play a card to then have the effect to grab it back, or grab back a load in one go, like you saw with the Taozi battle card. But nice way to draw. Just to ditch your skill, get in your drop if you need to for the Awakening skill, and then draw 2 cards. But then you also stop yourself from having access to Overarm because you can't then send cards when you drop to your warp for the game, or even cards like oh, there's a, I can't remember the extra card now. The negate. But there's a card that you can, I can't remember what it's called now, but you could like warp it from your drop, paying 1 to draw a card and things like that, so you can't use that, or like the draw ape. So if you just use this effect once, and then for the game you can't use things like Overwhelm or warp anything from your drop. Probably not that bad, because then you want to keep recurring these balls and stuff like that, and normally yellow likes to keep extra cards in their drop if they're not charging energy. They have Mecha Live and stuff like that. So a pretty good card. And also again, you get the SPR art, being a the SPR art for this one isn't that much better than the normal art, but could be different in person. But yeah, I don't really thought it looks that much better. Like this could have been a bit better, the look of it. And then we have one last card for the set, which is a TP card for this deck in the new TP, and that is a Unison of Upa and Bora, Father and Son of Peace. So it's a 2 specified cost, 15k Unison, with 3 skills. First one's not a marker skill, but the other 2 are, and it's an activate main limit 1 for 1 yellow. If your leader is a yellow's non-Great Apes Son Goku childhood card, and you have an originally skillless battle card in play, play this card from your hand in rest mode with a marker on it, so you can get out for for 1 energy rather than 2, with a marker on it to have it out, so get out a little bit cheaper. Then you've got the +1 marker skill, which is an activate main, which is add up to 1 yellow Upa or Bora card from your deck or drop to your hand, and shuffle your deck if you look through it. So you can recycle that Upa, allow you to play out the Bora, or just grab the Bora if you need a skillless in your hand, or if you want to play in the skillless Upa stuff. You got that. And then you got the -2 marker skill, which is activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's skillless battle cards and KO it. It's not too bad. You can make things skillless thanks to that 5-drop, making so like even through barrier skillless. So you can pop it with this. Not that's great, but the activate main, I don't know if it's gonna be useful because kind of like unisons aren't as popular as they used to be in the previous formats. And yellow doesn't have the best real interaction with unisons. Normally, it's like the other colors have strong unison with good support behind it. Yellow doesn't have that great support because their free counterplay isn't that great, and also the like release from evil doesn't really stop the attack, just negate skills and stuff, which isn't going to stop them from attacking and swinging at this. So I'm not sure how great this TP is going to be. It could be pretty good, could be pretty bad. Depends how people build it really, because still the set hasn't yet to be released, and but it does look to be an interesting one. So out of this one, I feel this is like a 2. So going well for us grading I've been doing for each one, going from 1 being meta deck and 5 being trash. I'd say as a 2, it looks pretty strong, and even though it's like a skillless deck, it's pretty strong in what it wants to do, what it tries to do. Quite a good draw power, quite a good resources, quite consistent, and once getting into yellow decks, it's got all that good yellow support behind it with like super combo, mecha, things like that. Some good stuff behind it, and yeah, I would say it's a 2. Let me know if you disagree or you agree, or what your thoughts are in the comments below. And that's going to be it for now, because we're going to go, but in the next one we're going to check out the yellow deck. So thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check out the next one covering the yellow Baba deck in the next one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.